Fearless judges in the line of fire in Pakistan. An unprecedented ruling in Punjab involving forced conversion and child brides. After she was abducted at the age of 11 and experienced years of torment, a court has ruled that the forced marriage of Shahida Bibi is annulled. She can return to her family, and her official identity as a Christian is restored. Joining us with more is International Christian Concern President Jeff King. Jeff, this is truly a historic ruling for Pakistan, its Christian minority there. Explain what happened to Shahida Bibi.
Yeah, Shahida was abducted at 11. Her mother eloped with a married man. Her mother, a Christian, eloped with a Muslim man. And then he gave 11-year-old Shahida to his brother. Not her choice, forced marriage. And she is one of so many. She's just the face of thousands of these girls. And oftentimes they're taken from the street. If their parents complain, they often know who the abductor is. If the parents complain, they're beaten by the police. Court doesn't do anything. So this is just a new day, incredibly exciting and unexpected.
Well, child marriage is banned in Pakistan, yet Christian girls are being abducted, as you say, forced into marriage and conversion to Islam. So how common is this practice, and why does it still occur despite the law?
That's a great question. So, I mean, this has gone on for the long, since Islam arrived. And basically, it's the culture and the culture overriding the Constitution. So, you know, the laws exist on the books, but unless there's the will of the politicians and the police, nothing's going to happen. So I think that's really the difference. The High Court, as you said in the intro, they're really courageous to pull this off, because this will put them in the literal crosshairs of the radicals. So what a day.
Yeah, it is. And the European Union apparently warned Pakistan about losing trade if it didn't stop and do more to prevent this. So how likely is it that this case will set a precedent now, Jeff, the start of change in Pakistan?
I wouldn't expect that it changes overnight, but this is a real break from the past. And now there are laws, and that will filter down. So again, it existed at a constitutional level. Now it's filtering down. And so over time, we're probably going to see more of these. They've broken the dam. They're probably signaling like we're going to take care of these cases like this from now on. So that will filter down. It'll take time, but thousands of girls are out there. And as you know, just horrendous treatment, oftentimes drugged, raped, beaten, and then they become like maids in their new family and the makers of babies.
And it brings dishonor to their family. So they, a lot of times, if they're kidnapped and raped, then it brings dishonor and shame to their family. So they'll go ahead and convert and marry forcibly to restore honor. I mean, that's what they think in their culture. But I want to ask you, even though this is good news, this ruling for Christians, other minority women being abducted as children and forced into marriage and conversion, we still have an archaic blasphemy law on the books in Pakistan that unfairly imprisons Christians and other Muslims. And we're seeing some movement there or not? What are the courts and government doing about abolishing that?
It's moving at a glacial pace, but it is moving. But if this puts them in the crosshairs, if you go against the blasphemy laws, judges have been killed before, politicians. So really dangerous. The judges are Western educated. The high-level judges are Western educated. They're moderates. They don't want to see either of these types of cases existing. But it really takes a courageous one to move forward, because, again, they might be assassinated. It's happened in the past.
Jeff, quickly then, we've got about 30 seconds. So how can Christians here in America pray about Pakistan? What should they pray?
Well, as always, just, for our brothers and sisters, if one part suffers, we all suffer. But also that they would just be courageous and not take on a beaten down attitude, that the gospel, it would be agents of the gospel, and it would go forth. Okay,
Jeff King, President of International Christian Concern. As always, Jeff, we appreciate you staying on top of these cases, and we thank you for your insights and for joining us today.
Gary, thanks for all your work on the topic of persecution.